Tiffany. Always good watching. All right, we are live while I adjust my hat, adjust my pants, because we're about to go into it. Well, I'm not really adjusting my pants, but whatever. Um, all right, let's do it. Chucky season finale. 8 episodes have come and gone. For the most part, so this is the first time we got the lovely Kitty on talking Chucky with us. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. It's been Juwan and I for the last 7 episodes, and
I was on the first one, I think.
might have, maybe.
Yeah.
Even still, I remember each week just being like, what's going on? What are we watching? What is this? I'm invested. Should I stop? No, I'm not. Like I would have like these just inner conversations with myself, and then of course also out loud with Jawan. But we got the finale, and I remember saying last week I really enjoyed last week's episode. I enjoyed episode 7. I enjoyed what we thought they were teasing or what they were setting up, and we got it. In the army of Chucky. Um, good on paper. I don't know if it was executed the best way. Jawan, you had said at one point, what I want from Chucky is just for them to just go batshit crazy and just do whatever. I mean, if that's not what they did in this episode, I don't know what else you know. But let me ask you, now that you got it on screen, was that what you wanted?
That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted something so stupid. It justified how stupid this entire series is. And it did not disappoint. It did not disappoint. So I was happy. I told you the same thing with Halloween. I wanted to see him go full John Wick. And we got that scene at the end, and that was good enough for me. It made that whole movie work. So yes, I was thrilled.
Well, like Kitty and I weren't really major fans of Halloween Kills. I know you were. We enjoyed the 2018 version. I will say this before either of you give me your opinions, whatever. I remember just watching this. Actually, my brother John texted me because he's a huge Chucky fan as well. He's also a huge fan of Seed of Chucky, but I think I don't know if he was. I remember him not hating it when it first came out. So who knows how he feels about it now. But I just remember watching this and I'm like, oh my God. Like I honestly can't believe this is the finale. And I'm watching the scene right now with him talking to himself. Well, I mean, selves. And they're just sitting on the couch laughing at what he's saying. The one funny part was the one asking him if there's
the babies.
The baby, yeah, about the babies. Is there an age? Is there an age where we can't go? Like how young or whatever? I thought that was all right, but then he just starts maniacally laughing, and then that's when Tiffany, Nika, and Junior are just laughing too, and it's just like. I don't know. I didn't know what I was watching. And then, of course, when we get towards the end with him stabbing everybody in the ass, which I don't know how that works. I don't know. I mean, maybe because, again, I've never really stabbed somebody in the ass. I don't know how the physics of it works. I don't know if you do bleed from the mouth. But everyone in the theater that was dead did have blood all over their shirt. So I'm assuming everybody bleeds from the mouth if you get it in the ass. I don't know. But, and at one point you think maybe get up. Something's going on. Let me be to get out of the seat. But right before that too, like something as silly as him saying out loud while watching Frankenstein, this is my favorite part, which I thought was funny because in the part of Frankenstein, he takes the little girl because he runs out of flower petals and he throws her to see if she can float, which was cut. That was a scene of Frankenstein that they just didn't want to show. And they used to cut on regular television of him killing the little girl. By drowning, and I'm glad they showed that one. And it's been restored since, but I'm glad they showed that part in the film. But he literally says it out loud. The guy next to him, sitting literally next to the doll, you don't hear the doll or see him move. Then he gets up, and then goes under whatever, and then that's when we all know he starts stabbing and kills the father, which you kind of knew right away that the father was dead just by the way he was just like. And also too, I do want to say it was kind of creepy and cool and disgusting when she starts eating the popcorn with his blood. But and I didn't have a problem with that, but how funny was it when she caught somebody trying to run when they were stampeding her, but she didn't just get stomped on. Somebody just passed her and just literally just punched her in the fucking head. What else? Let's go to the beginning of the episode. I know I rambled for a minute, but I do want to address the very beginning of the episode. I love Andy. I combine Andy and Legacy. I love Andy. Legacy character from the very beginning, the original, kid that Chucky tries to, go into his soul or, go into his body.
Yeah.
The dialogue and the scene between him and Junior, I wanted to rip my eyes out. I don't know if Andy's a bad actor as an adult, but I'm starting to notice a pattern in the film. Like even when they were interrogating the little girl and the other family before they shoot the fucking doll in the head, he acts like he's reading at a table read. It's very, very wooden. It's just like, yeah. And the questions he's talking to somebody he's never talked to before, right? He's in the kid's house. He's like questioning it. Well, where's your dad? Oh, where's his phone? Does he always leave it out? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? I mean, I understand why he's doing it because he wants to make sure the kid's not in distress, But and it was funny that he ends up fucking popping out of the toilet once Andy leaves. But I don't know. And then the fucking blowing up of the house. Kyle. I don't know. I don't think she's dead. I don't think Kyle's dead. But they did say there were fatalities that were involved. So when they pluralize fatalities, I don't know who else it could be, because we know Devin survives and we know Andy survives, right?
Mm-hmm.
But did you see the weird moment right before the explosion or something like that when Devin just like turns and looks at the camera? I'm like, what is going on? What is this shit? What the fuck? I did like the scene because it's actually about to happen when Tiffany cuts the fucking head right off, like goes after him and just because she's fucking crazy in herself. And I do like the fact that we got the doll version at the end as well, because the doll version's the introduction to her is going to be really good in season 2, and it's much needed. But and also, oh my god, I kind of knew when she said I fixed it to Nika. I knew when they were going to pan out that she wasn't going to have limbs. But I couldn't believe they did it when they had her cut off her arms and legs, which was fucking insane. So there were elements that I enjoyed, But then there were the other part. Like I understand why Kyle drugged their and put them to sleep because she didn't want to endanger the kids. But it was just I don't know. I can go on and on because there were a lot of things I hated about this episode. I want to know what you guys think. I know, Joanne, I know you wanted them to go balls to the wall, but I don't. This was a little overboard for me. Kitty, I want to start with you because what did you think?
Well, I haven't been on these with you guys, so I caught up on all of these shows in the last week, and I don't fucking know what's going on with this show, to be completely honest with you.
I wonder if it was what do you call it? If it was to your advantage or disadvantage that you binged rather than watch it week to week. I'm wondering what's better.
I don't know. I think I would have felt the same way if I watched it week to week and binged, because I'm a huge Child's Play fan. Like
I know you are. That's why I couldn't wait to get you on these episodes.
Yeah, the bride of Chucky is just near and dear to my heart, and the cult of Chucky and Nika.
Yeah.
I'm just like, so I'm like watching this show, and I'm just like, the acting is just so bad.
Yeah.
Andy and Kyle scenes are like they just build it up to just make you just why are they there? They're just so unnecessary. It's just ridiculous. And he's just so terrible. He's just like a terrible actor. It's just, and especially in this last episode, like especially when like he's in the van and he takes the van of all the dolls.
Well, before he gets in the van, though, don't forget, he gives the kids a thumbs up.
A thumbs up, and then he gives a middle finger.
Yeah, I didn't mind that part. I like that. That was funny, but Oh, Andy saved the day. You see that? It's Andy.
Just like, I just didn't understand what was going on. I hated it. The only redeeming quality about any of this and that episode, especially, is Lexi's character arc. She is just phenomenal, and just a twist. And another disappointing part to me, and I'm not even gonna lie, is Junior to me is just been unbelievable from the start, just to start till the end. Like, I just don't understand his character, don't understand the point of it. And then they chose him to be the one who turns all these dolls into whatever. And then they kill him off at the end and turns him into the person who was like, oh, now I'm going to just save the day and save you, Lexi.
Tell them I said I'm sorry.
Tell them I said I'm sorry. And I'm just like,
they're all crying. They're all crying on the, at the grave. And Jake's like, he didn't have evil in his heart. Chucky put it there. Dude, he was a bully to you, But that was the other weird thing too. And Joanna and I talked about this when we were doing the first couple of episodes. We didn't know what to take or how to evaluate his character. Did he not like Jake? Because at one point he seemed to be bullyish, right? Obviously at the table when he was basically called him out for being gay or whatever. And then the very next scene or whatever, he's telling Lexi to calm down with his cousin.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to evaluate him, but I agree with you.
I didn't either. And another thing that I didn't get to talk about is we had a whole buildup of Devin. Was it Devin? The other kid?
Yeah, Devin. Yeah.
Devin's mom. She was a cop in this whole show. She falls down a flight of freaking stairs and dies. And then we don't know anything that happens to her after that. No funeral, no context, no nothing.
They glaze right over it because they only
just glossed over that. They don't even touch upon it in this episode. Nothing. And I'm just like, what? I don't understand what's going on. The only thing that like I said, like other episodes, this episode's Lexi's character art, Nika, love her.
Yeah.
Tiffany, Jennifer Tilly, love that character. Love everything about it. Love those two interaction when she goes from Chucky to Nika, the love story that Tiffany feels for Nika, and I love that. I love that. It's got, and especially because she mentions bound in it. It's got that whole obsession bound thing. I love that. I do
like the fact that she mentions bound in it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I love that. And I love the end where she, chops off Nika's, because I want to know what's going to happen with Nika's character.
Yeah.
After this.
I have no idea. I really don't, but I agree. Every scene except for I think the first episode that we see Jennifer Tilly appear in, when they're in the hotel or whatever, it was good, but I wasn't crazy about it. I thought it could have been better, but what we got in the finale and what we got in the episode before, I love. Yeah. She definitely steals the show, especially in the finale. And I'm up to the part right around where she cuts his head. But when she picks his head up and she says something about, I'm tired of you and I'm tired of your little dick or something like that, I was fucking rolling. But also, too, how silly was it? It was funny, though, when Nika's got her on the floor. She's going to stab her. As she's Chucky right now, right? And she's going to stab her. And Chucky stops him. Mm-hmm. Chucky stops Chucky, but as Nika. And he's like, good to see you, doll. She's like, come here, Buttercup. And he runs. Obviously it's like a little mini kid. It's like a kid or something like that. But it was just so weird. And then all of a sudden, obviously, he starts liking himself. And he's getting along with Nika as Charles Lee Ray. So my brother John brought up a really good point, though, too. He had said this the last episode, and I thought we were done. But I'm kind of glad we got it for one specific reason, and I'll say what I'm about to say. The flashbacks were getting a little annoying.
But the flashback on this one was good because we know
they needed it.
They needed it.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't mind it one more time. I thought we were done because I thought we were pretty much caught up to the Charles Lee Ray and Tiffany character now. But I was starting to get a little, because she did a great job. Don't get me wrong. They did great job with makeup. She did portray her father. I mean, like I said, when it first happened, I had no idea that was even Fiona Dourif in a man's costume. But it took me out every time those two were on screen. They were doing the flashbacks. But I did enjoy. I mean,
the end with the body counts, like 21 kills. That was good. I like that.
One electrocution.
Yeah.
And then I forgot what else. And then he goes in, of course, a good old fashioned stabbing.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. It has a nice comedic undertone. I think
I thought Tales of the Crypt. Did you think Tales of the Crypt? When
yes,
they,
it was very Tales from the Crypty. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. I like the little when Jennifer Tilly mentioned Glenda, because
yes.
I wasn't. I want to know when those, when we type
well
that too.
We were also teased with a couple of things. First of all, did you find it weird that they were being chaperoned at the funeral by the teacher? Well, first of all, I guess, wait, hold on a second. Junior's gone, so Junior's not there. Lexi still has her mom, right? And the sister, who just sat through the movie the whole time. And Jake has nobody. So who is going to be the guardian of Jake?
I think the teacher took on Devin and Jake.
Devin and Jake. Okay, so that makes sense. So that's why she was there. But who was the one with the glove?
I don't know. That's what I'm interested
That's
in.
why I'm asking you on your take and maybe some whatever. But Juwan, really, what did you think about this? Going into a little bit more detail.
Could be Kyle. She could be alive.
That was the one thing I thought of, because Kyle is a character that does wear gloves when we see her in the show. Mm-hmm. So Kyle was the first one I thought of, but I don't know if they're going to do that or whatever. But
it's Kyle.
Okay. So who the hell died when they said fatalities?
The dolls.
Okay.
Had to be. The only other thing that was in there. There were only 3 people still in that house.
Right, and they would see blood and like human remains, even though it was in a doll. Okay. Makes sense. All right, so Juwan, what'd you think?
I loved everything about this finale.
Damn.
This finale's acting is the same acting from Bride of Chucky.
No.
The acting has always been fucking putrid, but it's funny. The acting has never, ever, 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 ever.
That's not true. The last 2 had good acting.
Well, yeah, because you haven't seen them.
I haven't seen those. I'm only going off Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky. Yeah. The acting was god awful. But you can't. Well, first of all, I'm not going to argue with Seed of Chucky. Not Bride of Chucky was humorous.
Yeah.
But I never really cared.
Movies, they were hilarious. I'm just saying the acting in this is on par to what those 2 movies were.
But you're also forgetting the original, which is where Andy came from, and the original was actually the best.
The original, to me, the acting to that again was everyone's acting, and that was horrible.
See, I didn't see that.
Led by a kid, so you weren't asking him to do much. But
I know, but
horrible.
we've come to know that he cannot act.
I mean, I don't know, because here's the thing. I think Mancini is just writing it in the same vein of the movies. So it's like if you thought the movies were good and entertaining, this is of the same vein of that. But to me, I look at this the same way I look back when we did our rewatch of Scream. I think he's purposely trying to make everything so above, like so extra, so nonsensical. I don't think he literally went into a casting call and saw these people and was just like, yes, we got a hit show. I think it was meant to be overtly humorous. And I told you, what carried me of this show week to week was how they just nailed Chucky. If Chucky was even slightly off,
Chucky on screen was fine. Yeah. And I did find it funny. It was funny, and I mean, he threw it in there, even though he was accepting of what do you call it, of Jake being gay, because he even said, I have a son, whatever. But it was funny where he says, something about the dad. It would have been he never got a chance to meet Devin or something like that, and he's like, that's gay, something like that. And when he's choking him, I thought that was funny. It was.
I can't lie to you. I loved everything about it because it was just so fucking ridiculous. My only bad take from this episode would be that they didn't do what I told you they should have done, which was give an actual reason for why these kids would return, and that is taking Junior and Lexi and making them Chucky and Tiffany, putting
we did think that at
part
one
of their
point, yes.
conscience in those 2, because I told you, if there was no consciousness in any of these children, I never want to see these kids again. As far as this show goes, I want when season 2 starts for them to say that whole town died. We're in a whole new town. These are new kids, new actors. Swap everything out.
They can easily do that because
it's so much.
We still got. Well, no,
because they're on the road, but.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because now if Kyle is lingering around, and I wouldn't, first of all, I wouldn't be against seeing Lexi again, because I agree, because she, you know what? Here's the thing, and this is why I agree with Kitty with the whole Lexi arc. Lexi was a character I couldn't stand and wanted to die in the first episode.
Yep.
I end up loving her. I never liked Jake, never liked her character, never liked his character. I said that from day one. Junior was another one because that was only because we didn't know how to gauge his character, right? Chucky, anytime he's on screen, is going to be the same thing. He's going to have his one-liners. He's going to have his kills. So he was always going to be entertaining. I never had anything wrong with the doll of Chucky. You know, I just thought it was a little over the top when he was communicating with an army of Chucky, but even that was okay. But it was, and Devin I didn't mind, but he just became a useless character because he had a useless mom as a cop, who ended up dying in the most ridiculous way that Joanna even said. Like you fall 9 times out of what do you call it? 9 times out of 10, you're going to survive that fall. Maybe even more, maybe even a lower percentage of death. But they with Andy coming back, and I couldn't wait to see it when we found out that he was going to reprise that role, and when we heard the voice and he was on his way, and it took episodes for him to get there. And then even the bringing back Kyle I didn't mind as much because I felt like A, she wasn't even on the screen as much, and B, she wasn't as bad. Like even in her interaction with the kids before she put them to bed, not like that. She didn't tuck them in, but she knocked them out. I didn't mind, but like I said, the dialogue and the scene with him and Junior was just like, oh my God, what am I watching? And like I said, it was literally like they were having a table read.
And it was another weird thing. It's like you just let some random dude trying to buy a doll in your house, and you're just answering all his questions like he's some FBI agent.
Well, yeah. It wasn't that weird because remember, Chucky told him to answer the door.
He did answer. Yeah.
He asked him like, "So what do we do?" And he's like, "You answer the door."
No, I understand, but he's just like answering all his questions like he's some like FBI agent.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Can I help you? Like, can you leave now?"
Yeah. Like
he's feeling up the kid's bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cold.
Yeah.
All right. I like cold baths. I don't know. But that's actually, but if you're going to take the series on a whole, that's like the least, that's a nitpick right there. It's just, what was the other thing? I did like the fact that I did like this scene, and I'll tell you why, because week to week, and I think movie to movie for years, we wondered why are these characters being bested by a doll? But they basically say in a line of dialogue that the voodoo that he uses, the magic he uses, he's got the full force of an adult.
Yeah.
So that's why Jake's like, I don't understand this. This is impossible. This doesn't make any sense. He's like, well, this is the full force of Dembele or Dembala. What does he say?
Dembala.
Dembala?
Yeah.
So give me the power, I beg. So I do like the fact that was finally addressed, because you're always wondering why nobody just fucking takes him, just
like fling him up against the wall.
No pun intended, chucks him across the room.
Yeah.
But and then of course we get Jake, and that was the other thing I didn't get. I thought to kill him you had to stab him in the heart, or you had to do something with the heart, right? I didn't know popping his eyes.
In the movies, he died just by a fire, just by being set on fire.
Well, that would burn your heart.
Yeah, I thought it was like he was afraid of fire, and then you had to stop his heart.
Yeah, it's something to do with his heart
stop his heart. Okay, you saying stab him? I'm like, that's very precise.
No, not just stabbing. Something to do with the heart, because obviously a decapitation didn't kill him. He was bleeding out, and he's still alive.
Oh, that's right, he was.
Yeah.
He was talking, but then Andy comes in with the bat, and he just starts hitting the body. And I'm like, I don't know if that's going to kill him. I mean, obviously the explosion ends up killing him, but Yeah, I
or
look.
did it? Like it could
Who
be
knows?
Kyle's body.
But I mean, we also know from the well, you don't know because you haven't seen it yet, Juwan. We know that a head just a head of Chucky can survive because he keeps the head as a memento and torches just the head. And he was even thinking to himself, huh,
Well,
maybe.
no, Jawan could know that. He mentions that in the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But look, I understand that. Look, most horror films alone, just the genre itself, usually has, like, if you go back to the old Friday the 13th or even the original Halloween films and their sequels, they always have bad acting, like B movie acting,
It's campy.
very campy.
Mm-hmm.
I never took that from the original Child's Play. And yes, it's dated because it came out in 1988, but watching it back then, or even still rewatching it, I never said, wow, the mom can't act, or even the what do you call it, the friend who watches him and gets thrown out the window. I never said she couldn't act. I actually love her as an actress. But and even as a child actor, he wasn't that bad. But again, he also wasn't given that much to do, and then of course I can't think of his first name, but I don't know if it's Chris Sarandon. Who plays the detective? Susan Sarandon's ex-husband.
Mm.
Even he was fine.
Yeah.
Detective. I think it was Norris or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
It was serious in 1, 2, and 3. Like 1 was good, 2 was okay, 3 was bad.
Yeah, but
And
they
then
were all serious. It wasn't until
they were
Bride
all
where
serious,
he. Yeah.
and then it took like a comedic tone when it went to Bride of Chucky, but the acting wasn't bad. It was when it went to Seed at Chucky when it went total camp bad.
And then you had the direct-to-video ones that we were just talking about in Curse and Cult, which I thought was a return to that. It wasn't over the top funny or humor, and was scary again with the innovative kills, especially in Cult.
Yeah.
So I was just, let me ask you this. Would you like it? Because remember I said with him narrating at the end reminded me like Tales from the Crypt and stuff like that. But do you enjoy the fact that we got a series that was all episodic, where it was a story that was told from episode 1 to 8? Or would you rather they go a different route? I don't think they will, but what if they would have went the route of a Tales where each story was different? Same like Chucky, but it was like a different setting every time, a different cast around him, different kills, different whatever. Well, you think maybe the show would be better suited to do it that way, or do you want? Because I agree with you, want. I think we might get a completely different cast. I don't think most of these people are going to be coming back, especially depending on where they're going to film it and where they're going to be located within the United States. I'm assuming, but Jennifer Tilly is still around, obviously. So we're probably going to get her back. You can't have Child's Play or Chucky without Jennifer Tilly. We got the doll version of her now too, and Tiffany. So I'm curious to know, but what do you guys think of that idea where like every episode is a different story? I don't know if that works because Tales was different. Tales didn't.
I don't think it would work because
It wouldn't work.
You won't have that lore around it.
Because you didn't have the Crypt Keeper in every episode, him, and he wasn't the antagonist. It was just him narrating. It was a different, whatever. I take that back.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Who knows? I'm going to watch it. Obviously, I'm going to watch the second season. I just hope it's a little bit better. Just poquito.
It's not bad. I mean,
no. I mean, obviously not. We came on here for 8 weeks talking about it. That's number one. And number two, I watched it from 1 to 8. I could have stopped. I stopped it with other shows. I was like, all right, I can't take it anymore. I was telling you the one with Paul Rudd and Will Ferrell.
I mean, the reason why this show isn't bad because that's Chucky. It's Child's
exactly.
Play.
That's what I'm tuning in to watch is Chucky.
Yeah.
I can give two shits about Andy Barclay right now
Yeah.
or Junior.
And you want to watch, of course, and it's Tiffany. Tiffany and Chucky. You want to tune into this. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's not bad. It's just sometimes you're watching and you're like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah, and the thing is, I won't turn around and say I hate. I won't use the word hate. I can't say I hated this episode, or the finale. I didn't hate it. It was just my least favorite, and I was really hoping, especially after episode 7, that we were getting okay. Finally, it's here. We're getting full craziness, right? And it's gonna be great. You know, we're gonna have an army of Chucky, and it's gonna take over maybe the town. And we still got Andy. You know, he's at the door. What's gonna happen with Andy when he confronts? And did we even really get that? We didn't even get a confrontation between Chucky and Andy.
No.
The only thing we got him interrogating the head again with the fire.
Yeah.
Chucky didn't want one.
Where am I?
Remember, he hid in the toilet.
Where are you, Chucky? I'm everywhere.
But also remember, and I guess we have to see how it plays out, but so I said, it's all fucking horrible. Chucky goes, I have a plan for Andy, just you wait. And then, was Tiffany that plan? Nothing ever came into fruition. Was, like, what was the plan?
Somebody had to have put that doll in there, and I don't know if it was human Tiffany. Something had to have been a
it might have been
failsafe.
Jennifer Tilly, fearing that maybe, you know, what if I don't make it? At least I know I'm good with Tiffany. She can maybe continue on.
All right.
Because again, Chucky's like, oh yeah, don't you wait. I mean, you know, don't you worry. I got something planned for Andy. And then it was just like,
yeah, we know. Oh, well, that's and then what we can't even say that was the explosion because that was Tiffany's idea.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So again,
a gift from Glenda.
Again, I have to pray that Mancini purposely was looking for some of this dialogue to just be the shittiest it could be.
He succeeded.
Well, also too, if we get the human forms of Glenn and Glenda in season 2, that would make sense because Glenda was mentioned twice.
Yeah.
Glenn was mentioned once.
Yeah.
So it would make sense.
I just, like I said, it's what I grew weary of in Stranger Things. It's what I'm gonna grow weary of this. Spin it to adults because that is even more like that really suspends belief, right? Like you got a kid like, oh my God, there's a doll talking. You can just chalk it up to he is probably high out of his mind. Okay, whatever, kid. But an adult, a 30, 40-year-old, like I just watched this doll kill somebody. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You sound stupid. So the level of struggle that adult has to go through to stop Chucky, because no one's gonna believe them. At least with a child, you can chalk it up to like a few things.
And that's the other thing too, though. Like in the theater, right? I know he was doing it from underneath the seat, so it's not unbelievable to say that no adult got to see who it was or what was going on. Right. But I thought Lexi's mom saw him, or no?
No, because remember, Chucky was sitting in the seat next to her daughter.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Chucky was just gone. But she was so enamored in her husband actually showing up, no one was really paying attention.
Yeah.
Even when you're talking about when he was talking, everyone just chalked it up to, okay, there's nothing but humans in this crowd, so it was obviously one of the other humans.
Yeah.
But no, your question is more glaring to the person that was sitting next to Chucky.
That was my point. The guy right next to him.
Right next to him.
Right next to him.
Like, I would have loved at least just for him to kind of look over and go, what the fuck?
Well, he kind of did. But no, the thing is, he looks down.
It would be more realistic if, like, Mancini's end goal here is it really is just a doll. It's in everybody's imagination. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because this just, like, you mean you're not seeing, adults don't see a full-blown doll sitting next to you doing butt murders? You know? Like, come
butt
on.
Murders. Nice.
Like,
butt murders.
So it just, some of this stuff doesn't ever make sense to me in these types of movies. So like,
I just remember this. This is why I said the writing to this show has always been fucking horrible. You guys are giving Lexi so much credit. I still think Lexi is just as stupid as she was in the first episode.
She was done.
You're telling me you didn't notice? You really thought Chucky was strangling Junior and he was able to run as he had this doll strangling his neck, and at no point did you go, wait a minute.
No. He wasn't being strangled. He had a knife to the kid's throat.
Yeah,
He's holding him.
the way he was running though just looked like, all right, something's fishy here. Like what?
I thought it was fishy
She
too.
kind of slowed down and she was questioning in it, like what? Yeah, I saw her. I was like, is she this stupid? Is she really gonna run in there?
What
like
I'm saying though,
like,
whether her intelligence fluctuated or changed or didn't change for your point, it's not even about that. It's just about how, as an audience member, and I'm talking about, we felt about her in the beginning and how we ended up feeling about something was done.
Like episode 1, you're like, God, Chucky, just kill her.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for Chucky to kill her.
I will give you that. She was the only character in this entire show that had character development. I will give you that. Because
in episode 1, you're like, Chucky, just kill her. And then this last episode, I was like, dude, Chucky better not. Junior better not kill her. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was upset.
I like when he wanted Junior to kill Tiffany. He's like, yeah, kill her. And he's like, what? He goes, no, not Tiffany. Was it Tiffany or it was Tiffany? Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted her to kill Tiffany.
Yeah. And he's like,
no,
because she was trying to kill Nika. No. And then
No. Remember, Jennifer Tilly was gonna kill Nika and she said, I can't.
Yeah.
And then Chucky said, Junior.
Oh yeah, you kill Nika.
You kill Nika.
And he's like, well, what did she do? It's like, it doesn't matter, just kill her.
But the thing is, like, you just killed your dad, no problem. Like, you can't kill somebody that you have no emotional ties to. I mean, that also shows you that he's not a killer.
Well, also remember, it was hatred he's had for his dad for years.
Mm-hmm.
So it was finally him feeling in a position of power to take out all that aggression. But clearly he's not a killer, because the first thing he said to Chucky was, well, what did she do?
Yeah.
It's like, well, it doesn't matter. Just kill her. Like, I'm giving you an order. Kill her. Someone in this room better kill her. Like, I don't care who it is. Me, me. Someone better kill her right now. So
he said, if you don't do it, I'm going to kill all three. I'll do all three of you.
Right. Yeah. And meanwhile, Devin's just sitting there like, what the fuck? Yeah, somebody cut me loose. Like, I love how Junior walks in, sees his best friend, and at no point is he like, I'm going to free him. You can't kill my best friend. He just was like, well, you saw me, so I'm going to have to kill you too. It was just like, what? Like, at no point. And then it's just like, I don't know. They don't really talk about it to where Devin's just like, hey, like, your cousin just was about to kill me. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, didn't matter. Everyone just, ho-hum, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's okay. Junior was sorry.
And
he said he's sorry.
Let's not skip over the fact that, and we said this before, Joe. We said this to each other for like 2 episodes straight.
Mm-hmm.
You arrest the teacher on the highest form of circumstantial evidence, right? And then you release her on the highest form of circumstantial. Just because there's another killer in town doesn't mean she didn't kill those people. Yeah. What evidence did you get here in the theater that cleared her that didn't clear her the day you arrested her?
I mean, nothing should have stuck enough for her to get arrested in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. And then there was nothing here that should have freed her from being arrested. Because whatever evidence you had, there being another killer doesn't like, oh, well, wait, hold on. There's another person killing? Nah, no way it was you. It had to be this other person. It's like, there could be 2 killers. I don't understand. That was the weirdest thing. So when I saw her at the funeral, I'm just like, they let you out? Like, what? Because remember, Joe, we kept saying, well, what is the evidence against her? Because it's like, I remember when a cop was like, well, you were the last one to see the principal. And it's like, I worked for her. Like, what the fuck? That's like saying, well, you were the last person in your place of business. Yeah, I lock up every fucking night. What? Like, I don't understand. Why is that a crime? So to me, it was just like, I don't know what the evidence against her was.
You were the last person to see your mom. I live home.
I live with my mom. I should be the only person that sees her. Who else is here?
Exactly.
I thought that was really stupid because I still don't understand what evidence they had. There were no forensics. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously she didn't cut her boss.
They were just running out of characters in the movie to pin it on, John.
And evidently the cop wasn't gonna arrest
they couldn't pin it on Jake anymore because Jake was sitting, in the seat when the head came rolling.
Right.
So she couldn't fucking and that was annoying too.
Jake.
Like,
and she was looking for him too.
Yeah. Was it Jake again?
Is he there?
That's
Shit.
fucking-
All right, it's not him.
Fuck. All right, it's got to be the teacher then.
Someone has to go down for this.
She got red hair. She's the only one in the show that has red hair. She did it.
She must have been the one that did it. And it's so funny because when you go through the series again, which anyone who wants to see it watching that maybe didn't finish it or whatever, it's on Peacock. The entire,
It's on Peacock.
entire season.
Yeah.
Remember the clue the lady gave her when Chucky gave that one lady the apple with the thing in it?
Yeah,
And
the right.
she's writing down. She's like, "Oh, it's a doll. Okay, all right, And then you get down to the teacher, and it's like, well, the teacher has no connection to the doll. What are you arresting her for? So that's why I was just like, Mancini, I'm gonna assume you wrote this that bad on purpose. I'm gonna give you that much respect.
And the other thing is too, and that's why I thought she was going to start to question or maybe even think it was suspect Chucky, because the whole thing with like you said, she was given a description. She said he looked like he had overalls, like the good guy, right? The good guy doll, and he was wearing a Hello Kitty mask. Like I don't know, like where are you going to start? But then again, like how do you even fathom it's a fucking doll that's doing this? But,
well, you not assuming it's a doll, I can buy. I can understand that. But you, as a cop, you just have to have.
But it doesn't point to the
evidence.
teacher. It also doesn't point to the teacher. The teacher's not going to become a short person. Almost said another word. Become a short person with I know I'm learning. Short person wearing good guy overalls. How does that tie in to Jake for that matter?
Also, she would have no reason to kill the principal, no motive, right? No history of violence.
No.
It was just like, again, I don't understand where any of this is coming. She was nowhere near the house when the house caught on fire. You know what I'm saying? She didn't break into the school to break Chucky out. There was just so much evidence going against it being her, only for the cops to just go, look, I don't feel like doing my job. It's you. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Come downtown. It's you. We're going to hold you. Whatever. So I thought that was weird. That was really weird.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more of her character though, just to see where they go with it. And because remember we were talking about that it was possibility, the whole rumors of her possibly being Glenda was a cool idea as well. The teacher.
If that is the case, why sit on that? Why not let that be something we see?
They could have. That should have been something that they could have teased towards the end and then used it in the second season.
To me, like I said, Chucky is not a character that is confined to one lake, one town, one city, one state. I would prefer this to be a traveling party. But remember, I also told you I wanted the Justice League versus the Injustice League. I wanted Team Andy versus Team Chucky.
Yeah.
And he kind of adopt these kids and they go on a traveling spree and try to kill as many Chuckies as possible. I told you that's what I wanted.
So when they split the twins up in Seed of Chucky, wasn't it Glenda? Wasn't Glenda the one that, or was it Glenn? Glenn was the one who was the good twin, right? Yeah.
Glenn was the one that was more reserved, I think.
Yeah, because because the whole premise of the movie was he didn't want to kill,
But then at the end,
at the end, one of the twins was the bad one and one was the good one. I think Glenda was the bad one, right? Or
I think so, but at the end when he gets what was it, like a severed doll hand or something? I forgot what he gets in as a gift on his birthday.
Yeah.
He seems like enamored with it,
I thought he went crazy because Chucky was driving him crazy. Like, I thought he turned bad because Chucky made him that way.
I honestly, I'm telling you, this is a movie that I just forgot.
Yeah, but at the end, they were split up.
They were split, yeah. They were two different.
There was like a big storyline where there were like one twin was bad and one twin was still reserved.
Assuming, I'm pretty sure Glenn was the good one.
Yeah, the Glenn was the reserved one. So I'm wondering.
Glenda was the bad witch of the north.
Yeah. And I think so it makes sense. So in this episode, she's saying Glenda was the one who built the bomb.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would make sense for the teacher to be Glenda then.
Like she's the bad one.
But yeah. And the teacher seems like innocent and nice.
Well, no, I thought maybe that was a ruse. That's why.
Okay.
That she was.
That would be a weird ruse to hold this entire. Like your mom and dad are both back, right? and you hold it this entire time. Like the better way to have handled that would have been they arrested the teacher because they thought she did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a clip when Chucky's narrating in this last episode all the way at the end, and he goes, "But the one I could never understand is I never killed the principal." You know what I'm saying? And then it shows the teacher, and we're like, "Oh, it was."
And we said that we didn't say it like that because we had no idea he was going to narrate at the end. Right. But we did say, wouldn't it be cool that we find out that she actually did kill the principal?
That would have been interesting to handle like that. But I'm with Kitty since they didn't do that.
No, now it's too late. No, I think it's too late now. Yeah. But that was just a theory when we first seen her as the teacher. Just because she had red hair, people were like, "Is that Glenda?"
But yeah, that would have been dope, Mancini, if Chucky if we never saw who killed the principal, but we just assumed it was Chucky.
Yeah.
And Chucky goes, "The weirdest thing, I never killed the principal. I still don't know who did." And then you just get a shot of the teacher, and then it shows her face, and then like an X-ray of her face, and it's like it's the doll or whatever. So I'm like, if it was her, there was a way cooler way to do that. But since they didn't.
Yeah. No, now it's definitely too far gone. There's no way.
Now it's a stretch. Now it's like, all right,
she's the guardian of the kids. No.
Yeah, now it's like you clearly heard the three of us talking about it. Now you're just like, shit, that's a good idea.
Shit, yeah.
Flip this.
Oh, all right. Well, guys, it's over. We watched it. We got the second season coming up next year. I hope we also get a movie. I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of miss the movie format of Chucky. I was hoping maybe they were gonna do a movie, like switch it out, movie next, and then maybe if they wanted to revisit a series, go to that. But I'm still gonna look forward to it. I'm still gonna watch it when it comes out next year. I am invested in the Chucky character. So, but also, guys, you at home, let us know what you thought of this. What did you think of the whole series? What did you think of the finale specifically? Since that's what we're talking about now. Let us know in the comments, and that's all. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Joanna got the link to your YouTube channel in the description on all on both of the streams that we did today. Guys, please go check out. We just dropped a spoiler review for Hawkeye episode 3. Did that at 6, and then me and Kitty just did a spoiler review for Ghostbusters Afterlife. So that's now up on my channel as well. Joanne, what do you got coming up on your show? On your
we got some big stuff coming, but I don't want to jinx it. So I'm gonna just say we got some pretty huge things coming within the next week or two, from some pretty big names. So stay tuned for that. And outside of that,
you got your interview with Harloff that you just did.
You're good. You're good because I don't remember any.
I was trying to get on with you, but bad timing.
It would have been awesome too. You would have really enjoyed it. But yeah, I did interview Christian Harloff. The event, the spectacular for the Schmodown is actually on now.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you saying Saturday.
Yeah. So it's on now. But check out our interview. We talked a lot. We talked a little bit about Hawkeye. We talked a lot of Star Wars, which is why I was just like, Joe, this is Joe. This is you, man. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, go
Kitty. So he had told me that he was interviewing Christian Harloff, and then for those of you who don't know, Christian Harloff's he's on YouTube. He's got the Schmodown, which is this movie trivia, almost like a not wrestling, but how do they set it up? Like how are the matches done and stuff like that? I always equated it with wrestling. I watched it a few times, the way they used to do like the events.
You can, but I even made this analogy when I interviewed him. It's kind of like
the Family Feud.
Yeah.
So he does that, but that's not all he's known for. Like he started out with Collider, and that's how I knew him because I was watching Collider for a while for my movie news and stuff like that. But I was supposed to come on with him at 5:00. And I took Annie to get groomed that day. I dropped Anakin off at 1. And I didn't get a call. And I'm like, what? So I called my groomer at 4:00. Don't answer. And he told me when I dropped off Anakin to get a haircut, he's like, listen, it's going to take a little longer than usual because I'm by myself. The receptionist didn't come in today. I was like, all right, whatever. But I didn't think whatever. I didn't pick up Anakin. I finally get through to him. He answered. He goes, oh, I texted. Oh, he goes, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. You had told me to call you. I was like, yeah. He goes, oh, Anakin's been done for a couple hours now. So I didn't pick up Anakin till after at 5:00. I was on my way to drive to pick up Anakin, so I totally missed the interview. I was so pissed.
I was looking forward to that because, like I said, I wanted it to go on your page. I wanted you to talk to Harloff, but like I told you, his people reached out to me for this interview, so they'll reach out again, and next time they do, you'll be there. So.
All right, good. Can't wait. I was looking forward to it, and I do look forward to finally meeting him and being able to chat his ear off, especially about Star Wars. But anyway, all right, guys, I took up too much of your time. I know we've pretty much been going at it since 6:00, so I do want to thank you one more time. Guys, please go visit Jawan's channel. Like I said, he's got Harloff's interview up, and he's got big things coming up soon too as well. Kitty, how's the I'm not gonna say it. How's the page? Good?
Working on it.
Pages work, making money. All right, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon. Have a good night,
guys. Have a good night.